Most people struggle with money not because they're bad at math, but because they're running without a plan. Too much advice, not enough order. This 100-day wealth alignment fixes that. It's a simple, realistic roadmap built to work when you are busy. We will move systematically through 3 clear, uncompromised phases: expose, engineering, and acceleration. By the end of this timeline, you will transition completely away from manual stress and have a financial system that runs entirely on autopilot. The first phase is all about absolute radical honesty. You cannot fix what you cannot see. Your first operational directive is to pull the last 3 months of bank and credit card statements alongside checking accounts and payment apps onto a laptop screen so you can scan the data fast. You are going to divide your capital outflows into 3 strict buckets: fixed essentials, which includes your rent or mortgage, utilities, insurance, basic phone/internet, and the baseline groceries you actually cook; flexible outflows, which covers dining out, ride shares, shopping, non-essential subscriptions, and general entertainment; and toxic debt liabilities, which captures every high-interest credit card balance and outstanding loan. The definitive mathematical goal of this data dive is to establish your true monthly averages for each bucket and calculate your current savings rate. To find this metric, take your net monthly income, subtract all raw spending, and divide that remaining number by your net income. You are not judging your past self. You are objectively diagnosing the machine. This initial audit teaches you more than any financial textbook because the truth is right there in stark black and white, instantly revealing hidden leaks like food delivery fees and forgotten subscriptions hiding in plain sight. Once these cash leaks are exposed, you stop the bleeding firmly but calmly. Sort your flexible spending list directly from largest to smallest. Do not start by depriving yourself of a daily coffee. Instead, attack the top 3 heavy categories on your ledger. If ride shares are draining your cash, set a simple lifestyle rule that trims that category by 20 to 30% without making you miserable. For example, walk or take transit if the distance is under 1.2 miles, rideshare only in severe weather or after 10 p.m. If dining out is hitting your budget hard, explicitly pick 2 treat nights per week and plan the rest out in advance. Pause the subscriptions you don't actively use. Call your insurance and internet providers to ask directly for current customer promotions. These 5-minute phone calls frequently shave off $10 to $40 a month from your fixed overhead. You aren't going monastic. You are simply reclaiming capital that does absolutely nothing for your future self. This is the exact turning point where your economy stops relying on human willpower. You must learn to automate your capital before you ever see it hit your primary account. Open a separate high-yield savings account completely detached from your main checking space and name the account Emergency Runway. Set up 2 automated transfers to trigger on the night of your payday, one straight to this runway account and one directly to your chosen investment repository. If your cash flow is tight at the start line, begin with a simple 5% allocation to each bucket. Your operational goal is to seamlessly scale that to a 10% plus 10% dual engine by day 100.
The structural order of this execution matters vastly more than the initial dollar amount. Saving and investing must occur before money hits your day-to-day checking account, so you never have to make a financial decision when you're tired or stressed. This single modification, moving capital completely outside your reach before you can spend it, prevents tired decisions and does more for your long-term net worth than chasing volatile stock tips. Next, you must face your debt reality with a calculated first strike. List every single outstanding balance, its exact APR, the minimum payment, and the due date. Set up automatic minimum payments for every liability so you never incur a late fee. Then throw every single spare dollar at the liability with the highest APR first. This is the debt avalanche, and it is the mathematically superior route to saving the most money on interest over time. A 24% credit card beats a 6% student loan every single time. Call your card issuers to request a lower rate. A single call can frequently shave off 2% to 5% from your interest rate based on your payment history. If you qualify, use a 0% APR balance transfer card, but only if you have a strict payoff plan that beats the promotional expiration period. Absolutely zero new debt can enter the ecosystem while executing this alignment. Your future self requires a clean cut, not a permanent scar. With your debt defense active, you must build a $1,500 cash buffer inside your emergency runway as fast as humanly possible. Why exactly $1,500? Because this specific number completely transforms how life's emergencies feel. A flat tire, an unexpected vet bill, or a last-minute plane ticket for a family obligation suddenly transitions from a high-interest credit card crisis into a minor, temporary inconvenience. Sell unused gear, list forgotten clothes or furniture on digital marketplaces, take on one extra shift at work, or execute a weekend delivery sprint to stack this cash quickly. Park it safely in your high-yield account. Do not chase market returns with it during this foundational phase. Now that the foundation is poured, you step up to the investing start line. Open an individual retirement account, IRA. If your income is currently modest and projected to rise over time, choose a Roth IRA for tax-free growth and completely tax-free withdrawals later in life. If you are in your peak earning years and need waves of immediate tax relief, choose a traditional IRA to take the tax deduction now. Inside that account, pick a low-cost, broad market index fund, tracking either the total U.S. market or the S&P 500 with an expense ratio safely under 0.10%. Turn on automatic dividend reinvestment so your returns instantly clone themselves. Set an automatic monthly contribution, even if it's just $50 to start, to lock in the habit so your future self shows up regardless of how you feel. If your employer offers a retirement match in a workplace 401k, you must capture that 100% free return first, then route the remaining allocation through this precise index sequence. Next, shift your primary focus from cutting expenses to accelerating your earnings.
You can only cut your lifestyle spending down to absolute zero, but you can theoretically earn forever. Use 3 specific leverage tools to change your top-line revenue: ask, switch, or add. If it has been over 12 months since your last professional review, present a concise one-page case detailing your quantitative metrics, completed projects, and cost savings, and ask for a raise. If your market value is demonstrably higher elsewhere, consider a strategic company pivot. Switching roles often adds a 7 to 15% salary bump in a single move. Finally, learn a high-income money skill like video editing, data analysis, business outreach, or UX writing. Spending $300 to $1,000 on a practical program can deliver a massive 5 to 10x annual ROI that feeds your automated wealth engine. To keep this momentum alive, write down your specific targets. Vague goals do not manifest. Pick one specific savings milestone and one investing milestone and write them out as a single sentence. Build a $7,200 runway in 12 months, which breaks down to $600 a month. Or max out the Roth IRA this year, which translates to $584 a month. Put those exact numbers into your banking automation. Anchor this habit with a simple net worth tracker, which is your total assets minus your total debts. Record your progress once a month in a simple spreadsheet. Tracking the long-term direction of that line keeps you locked into the game long after the initial excitement dies down.
Make the execution seamless with the two-account separation trick. Open a bills-only checking account for fixed drafts and keep your regular checking account exclusively for your day-to-day variables. On payday, your income automatically splits 4 ways via your preset rules. Auto moves down to your bills account, then to day-to-day spending, and finally into your joy jar. This entirely separates your must-pay capital from your might-buy money, ensuring a high-spending week can never accidentally bounce your rent or mortgage payment. Name every account with an explicit job so your brain stops seeing one giant unstructured pile of cash. Trimming just $350 a month of hidden cash leaks and splitting it, putting $200 into index funds at a 7% return and $150 into your high-yield runway at 4%, puts you roughly $4,200 ahead in pure principal by year 1. After 3 years of quiet, automated execution, you will be sitting on roughly $13,000 to $14,000 of hyper-secure capital without ever needing an initial salary raise. The 100-day wealth alignment will not make you wealthy overnight. It makes you highly organized, completely objective, and intensely calm, the exact environment compound interest requires to execute its magic. Write this down and place it where you see it every morning. Save and invest before I see it. Spend what is left on purpose. You do not need a complete personality transplant to win at money. You simply need a new default system. This 100-day framework builds it. All it requires is for you to initiate the script and stay out of the way of the engine. Execution beats speculation every single time. This is Net Plus, where money stops being a mystery and becomes a language you finally understand. Hit subscribe for more deep dive lessons that actually stick.